Are you tired of chafing and chilly balls?
Introducing Drifties, the first ever wetsuit line board shorts. With a 0.5mm built-in wetsuit liner, we're made for any sport, giving you 360-degree neoprene protection. Take on the day with total comfort and warmth. We'll see you out there.
All right, we're back with Wes Horbatuck. He's the founder and CEO of Driftline. It is board short wetsuits. So we've been just having a fun conversation about this. So we've got a lot more to cover before we lose you. So this is one of the new versions coming out, right?
Coming out ahead of summer.
Ahead of summer, which the whole R&D process in and of itself is fascinating. But let's talk about this for a second. How did you come up with the brand name?
Yeah, it's cool. So my co-founder, Greg, who actually lives in Tucson right now, his wife is in the military, so they got transferred there. But Greg and I lived together, co-founder story. We went to college together, lived in San Diego out of a garage, still operating this stuff, like boots on the ground. And it was really cool because we were actually driving up to San Luis Obispo for a wedding. We had 8 hours in the car, and I had just come up with the idea for Driftline. And I was like, just talking with him, and he coincidentally quit his sales job and went full-time into graphic design school. And for his final project, they had to brand a company. And a lot of people did like coffee shops, breweries, typical San Diego stuff, but because I just thought of this, I'm like, dude, you should do this. And he literally, that whole trip, we went into everything. Colorways, what should we do for the name? And we were driving on the PCH, and literally we saw a bunch of surfers drifting down the lineup.
Just for the audience, PCH is Pacific Coast Highway.
Sorry, that's California. So we saw a lot of surfers drifting down the lineup, and a lineup for surfers is you can see them lined up preparing for the wave. And so the name Driftline came into fruition. And the next steps were literally Greg taking this idea, this concept in school and branding everything, creating the logo, creating the website design, colorways, patterns, like what we're gonna stick to for the next foreseeable future. And it literally, we had an idea and a concept, and we had epic branding, and we didn't even have a product yet.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That is so fun. That's such a fun story.
Yeah.
I mean, it just happened so organically.
Absolutely.
A trusted friend and now, kind of partner, right?
Yeah.
So very cool. I want to mention, I know you can't really talk in great detail, but you went on Shark Tank?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did go on Shark Tank. It was one of those things that naturally happened where everyone was always like, you gotta go on Shark Tank. This is such a cool idea. Because once you feel the product, you're like, I get why this is awesome, but also how has this never been done before?
Right.
So
Isn't that everybody's reaction all the time when something like this comes out? Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I took it to heart and I applied, and they reached out to us, and literally all last year we spent through the application process and whatnot. And we actually filmed on my bachelor party weekend, so I had to cancel my bachelor party to go film.
I'm sure your wife didn't really.
She was okay with it. Yeah, she was okay with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got on air, and it has exploded. It's
unbelievable.
been
Anything else you can or want to say about that?
I will say that the day was as it is on air. It is overwhelming. It's crazy. It's
My heart is
very
racing
real.
thinking about it.
But luckily, Greg and I both come from a tech, finance and professional world. So we understood exactly what we needed to talk about. We know our numbers. As a founder and co-founder, you have to know that stuff.
Yeah, and you're a finance guy also, and this isn't your first rodeo in terms of entrepreneurship.
No,
right?
no.
Yeah.
So you start understanding what people ask you, and we were able to, answer all the questions they had, and ended up turning down 2 deals.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, and then we've been talking too about just new product development, and that is kind of a long process, right?
Yeah.
But you have to start it. You have to vision out the seasons, right? So we know this is coming.
Yep.
Okay, so let's go to the website and talk about what do you have now, what's available. Just talk to the.
So because we're flexible and scalable, we actually always just try and highlight the colors that are in that season very topical. So this colorway, this electric blue, is coming out ahead of July 4th for the summer.
Okay.
But we have other colors on the website. Now, we are also coming out with more eco-friendly, like very sleek colorways coming out for the holiday season, which is really cool. And these colors are available on our website. But again, we always wanted to get to the root. So you can see some of our original styles on there, a little more loud and boisterous, but we're really trying to identify and get to earth tones.
Okay.
What's relatable.
Is that based on consumer feedback?
Consumer feedback, and we're an ocean-based brand. So we want to be like pulled from ocean colors, dark blues, seaweed color, and it actually seems to play really well with our audience. So yeah, that's available on our website now, and then for future, like you're asking, looking to develop for boys and for females. We get a lot of response.
All right, that I was going to want, because you do have some good reviews on there.
Yeah.
I see all those 5 stars, so obviously you're getting some great feedback. Clearly you're getting some push or pull for children and women.
Yep. Yeah, the female aspect is cool because I'm not delusional enough to think that I can design female clothing, but I'm working with cool people who are giving great feedback, and these females are suggesting things because professional wakeboarders and professional paddling for female cannot wear bikinis when they compete. So they have to wear shorts, and we fill that void.
Sense.
So.
And it is unbelievable that it didn't exist.
I know. It's cool.
It's fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. So we just have a few more minutes, but just what would you say? I mean, because obviously this takes a tremendous amount of stamina.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a day job, as you've said, and you're hustling in your backyard and then going, more global in nature just through e-commerce and everything, right? I mean, what are those qualities and mindsets to have you get through this, the humps?
Yeah, I would say take it a day at a time. Like, you have to make sure you segment the good and the bad, right? Because each day is going to bring incredible things. With the success we had on Shark Tank, also brought a lot of gaps in our business that we had to identify. So I would say you just have to keep pushing. You have to love your product. As you mentioned, this is not my first time in entrepreneurialism,
right?
But this product I believe in, and I truly think it's like incredible. So not only is the product correct, I have an amazing team with Greg, and honestly, our consumers believe in us. So we just really keep pursuing it.
Absolutely. And so not brick and mortar, but all e-commerce.
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. And it's driftline.co.
Yep, you got it.
All right, awesome. Well, you guys, you have heard it here. We have been having such a good time with Wes from driftline.com. So you know where to go get it, driftline.co. Thanks so much for being with us today. All of you, big thanks to all of my guests and especially to my crew. You're watching The Hunt. We'll see you next time.